Mic check, test, 1, 2. Interview level check, test, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, test. Mic check, test, 1, 2.
For Seton Hall, we have student athletes Isaiah Whitehead, Derek Gordon, Coach Kevin Willard. We're going to go directly to questions. We have questions for the student athletes, preferably first, and then we'll come back to Coach. Questions? Up here.
Mike Kelly with the AP. Isaiah, 4 for 24 from the field. Was it what they were doing defensively, or was it just an off night?
I feel like it was just an off night. I mean, I faced some of the toughest defensive groups in the country playing in the Big East, and I mean, it's probably my worst shooting performance. But I mean, I think it was just more of missing shots. I had some good looks and just couldn't knock them down.
Other questions for student athletes? Up here. Okay, we'll come back.
Zach was.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm
Zach
sorry.
Brazil, Neuropost. Derek, it didn't look like the Seton Hall team we've seen the last month. Lost a lot of 50-50 balls. They just seemed at times the more aggressive team. What do you think? Was it the altitude? Was it first time in the tournament? What do you, for a lot of your guys, what do you think it was?
I mean, we rushed it a little bit. More so, definitely me. We were just being too fast on offense and not being patient with things like we usually are. And especially this the first round game, so this was quite new for everybody. And that's my job. I should have stepped in and be able to calm everything down. But sometimes things don't go the way we plan on them.
Go ahead.
Jerry Carino from the Asbury Park Press. For either of the players, what did you think of Sabonis' game?
I mean, Sabonis he's a great player. I mean, he finishes around the basket. I mean, he rebounds with the best of them. I mean, you just got to tip your hat off to him. He had a terrific game, and he really didn't make a lot of mistakes.
JP Pelsman, the record. For Z, how will you look back? I mean, I know it's tough right now, but what will you think of when you look back at this season and the things you guys accomplished?
I mean, we accomplished some amazing things. I mean, so it's probably a lot of amazing things that you guys didn't think we can do. But I mean, it's been an unbelievable year with this group, a really young group, and I mean, you only could look at the future.
Up here.
Gary Phillips with the Setonian. Derek, could you just reflect on what your lone year here in South Orange has been like?
It's been great. Just like you said before, coming in, I really didn't know what to expect. So more at the beginning of the season, I had to get my feet wet. And, I mean, it's been an amazing year. I mean, my senior year, finishing out the way we did, would have wished things would have went a lot better tonight. But, I mean, overall, I had a pretty good career finishing off. So, I mean, I can't look down at it.
Isaiah, to go from the Garden last Saturday to tonight, can you just describe the range of emotions?
I mean, it was. I mean, our emotions was running high. I mean, I think part of the reason why is because of the way of who we beat those last two games, and I think we were real confident. But once we got out on the floor, we wanted to win so bad. I mean, we just really sped the game up when we really didn't have to.
Any other questions up here?
One more, Jerry from the Asbury Park Press. Guys, what do you think the underclassmen, the guys coming back, will learn from this experience? You can only gain from actually being here.
I mean, just knowing how to handle things throughout the year. I mean, just like I said before, it only could get better from this year. I mean, we had an amazing year. We won the Big East Championship. There's not a lot of sophomores that actually did that, to win a Big East Championship with a group of sophomores and one senior. So, I mean, we had a great year, and I really can't speak of how happy I am with the year we had.
Okay, we'll dismiss the student athletes at this time. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, boys.
Thank you, guys. Questions for Coach Willard? Go there first.
Kevin, Did it hurt you guys at all having to wait so long to play this game? Just the fact that the schedule just got pushed back so much today. Did that maybe add to the nerves or anything like that?
No, no. I mean, they had to wait too. They're a good basketball team. You know, they're a really good basketball team. They got redshirt seniors, and obviously Sabonis is really good. I thought we had a couple opportunities in the first half to kind of maybe calm our nerves. We missed a couple free throws, and we missed a couple open looks, and you just can't do that with such a good basketball team. And I think we got stuck on 21 for about 4 minutes, and they're just too good of a team to do that.
Go ahead, right here.
Kevin, Zach Pursuit, New York Post. Kevin, what do you think happened to Isaiah tonight? He played, obviously was on such a great run, and tonight, there was a lid on the basket.
Yeah, I mean, you play this game long enough. He had 8 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals. You have bad nights. He had probably 3 of the best games that anyone's had in the Big East tournament in a long time. He had some good looks. He got to the rim. He just couldn't find it. I give him credit though. He kept being aggressive. He's been aggressive all year, and sometimes you just don't make shots.
Sure.
Would you rather him, kind of defer more with the shot not falling, or were you fine with him continuing to shoot?
You can answer that question. You think you're gonna get him to defer?
No, man.
No, I mean, he's been our guy all year. He's been our guy all year. You can't take the reins off it because, again, I have so much confidence that I thought the next one was going to go in. So when you have that confidence in your players, you're not going to sit there and say, okay, stop shooting because you're not feeling it. I had the confidence that he was going to make some. I mean, it wasn't like he was missing bad. He was in and out. He had a tough night.
Kevin, Jerry Carino from the Asbury Park Press. A lot of front irons. Maybe the team looked a step slow, obviously not for lack of effort, but how much did the altitude affect these guys?
I don't think the altitude. I mean, I think both teams really got winded. I don't think the altitude. I do think we've had a very emotional last 5 days. Sunday night when we found out we were coming out to Denver to leave on Monday. We had a good practice on Wednesday. You got to give them credit. Their 3 guards, Perkins, McClellan, and Dragonis, really work hard on defense. And if it's been a great emotional ride. So, to bounce back from Saturday night to here, I thought we did a pretty good job early. We just didn't make enough shots.
Kevin, Gary Phillips with the Setonian.
Thought I was out of here.
How's Ish doing?
Ish popped his shoulder out again. It's the 3rd time this year. He's fine. We popped it back in. He'll get an MRI tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow night. And, he's bounced back from it before. He'll be out for a couple weeks, but he'll be back.
Got time for one more question back here.
Is Sabonis the best big you've faced this year?
I'd say he's the toughest matchup we've had this year, just because of how good Wilcher's been playing and how he shoots it. It makes double him really hard. I mean, really hard. And I thought he was really impressive on it. What I was more impressed from his scoring was I was more impressed with his rebounding. I thought he battled. He was much more physical than he looked on film. He battled in there, and I thought he did a really good job of being physical on the rebounding aspect. That's what I was really impressed with him about.
Okay, thank you for your time, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
For Gonzaga, we have student athletes Demantis Sabonis, Kyle Wilshire, Coach Mark Few. Coach, if we can start with you, just some comments on tonight's game.
Well, I mean, we prepared all week for a physical fight. And, we talked about it. We knew Seton Hall was a really, really tough team. Not only physically tough, but kind of mentally tough, and they come at you. And I'm just really, really proud of our guys. We fought, and we were able to withstand a couple different runs there, withstand some pretty serious foul trouble for us, especially with these two guys. And I think this is our 8th consecutive first-round win. So this group of guys, as well as the guys before them, have just done an unbelievable job of making streaks that seem just impossible when you sit back and look at them. 18 straight NCAAs and now 8 straight wins in the first round is pretty special stuff.
Thank you, Coach. Take questions for our student athletes.
This is for either player, Mike Kelly with the AP. What were you guys able to do on Isaiah Whitehead that you were able to contain him, or was it just a bad night for him?
I think the common theme was just making it tough. I mean, he's obviously a great player. I think it wasn't just one-on-one with him. It was kind of a team effort. We were in the gaps, and we, especially Domas, he did a great job of just vertically contesting when he got down there. So it was just a team effort.
Yeah, as Wilcher said, basically a team effort. Everyone had a part in it. We all shrunk the cord. Like the goal was to make him shoot tough twos and then make it or not.
Other questions? Right here.
Eden Lassie, Gonzaga Bulletin. Domas, how physical was this team compared to other ones that you've played this year?
They're a very talented team and obviously very physical. Their bigs were very physical with me. I like those kind of matchups, and I try and use it to my advantage.
Kyle Goon, Salt Lake Tribune. Domas, obviously a matchup between Jakob Poeltl coming up against Utah. I guess you knew that might be a possibility. How are you feeling about that matchup, and do you kind of take it any special way?
I'm gonna take it like other game, any game. He's a great player. He's very talented. I played against him before. I know he's very good, and I'm gonna have to work a lot.
Anything else for our student athletes? Okay, we'll dismiss them at this time. Thank you, guys.
That was easy.
Job done.
Questions for Coach Few?
Mike Kelly with the AP. Coach, you guys really kind of took control of that game late in the first half. What were you able to do to take control and to keep it throughout?
Well, I felt like we lost control of it a little bit there in the second half when they made that run, but then we were able to kind of get our feet back under us. But mostly just, we had a stretch where we were very, very efficient on the offensive end, and then we're able to get in the gaps, like these guys said, and make them take, some tough twos. And we rebounded the ball great tonight against, like I said in my opening remarks, that's a tough, physically tough, and come at you tough Seton Hall team. But, I mean, for us to win the glass by 14, that was a huge stat we thought going in. And, again, like they said, to just try to make Whitehead take tough shots and not have bodies around him and contested hands on all his shots, and then, Gang rebounded when he missed it.
Right here.
Coach, Lindsey Jones from USA Today. After you guys lost Karnofsky, I guess late December, did you know?
No, early, first of December.
Early December.
Yeah.
Did you know that Sabonis could have this kind of effect? Did you foresee these sorts of tournament games out of him?
No, actually, when it went down, I mean, it was hard to envision making it through a whole season. And I think that's what's been lost in this run by our guys is I think everybody is judging them by the preseason ranking we had, which was 9 or 10 or something like that, which we very well probably were and would have been at the end of the year if we would have had Shemmick. But when we lost Shemmick, I mean, we lost all our depth inside. We lost our best rim protector. We lost a guy that you had to double on the offensive end and is a fantastic passer. And we lost our most experienced player in our program. And so, I mean, we basically had one starter back then from the previous year. So we knew Domus was, you know, good. The thing about Domus that limited his minutes last year was his foul trouble. He was constantly in foul trouble, and he's done a great job. I mean, he's obviously, you guys saw how he can score it, and his footwork and his rebounding is. I mean, he's the best rebounder I've ever coached, and one of the best rebounders I've ever seen in college. But he's really managed his game and managed his fouls because we've essentially played with, you know, 2 bigs here for pretty much the whole year.
Over here. To your right.
Kyle Goon from the Salt Lake Tribune. Coach, I was wondering, what do you know about Utah and Larry Kraskowiak's program? Just looking ahead.
No, I mean, I know a lot about him. I have as high a amount of respect for Larry as I do for anybody in the entire country. I think he's a great person, and he's an outstanding basketball coach. I mean, he was outstanding when he was at Montana back in the day. He's got great schemes, and I like how he thinks and tries different things. And they're very physical. They're very sound. They've done a nice job of really creating a winning culture down there.
Hey, Coach. Steph Lowe with the Seattle Times. Given the way you guys started pretty hot and the opposition wasn't as hot, do you feel like your tournament experience played into your success at all tonight?
I mean, it's hard to say. You know, I can't even tell you how much Perk has never played in the NCAA tournament. Silas might have played minimally. Eric McClellan didn't play in the tournament, you know, but minimal last year. So, you know, obviously, having Wilch, having Domus, Kyle Dranginas has been in there. I think it was more just the way the game was flowing. Our guys were in the flow and stepped up, made shots. We've been doing that this last month now, and you know, hopefully we'll continue to do that.
John Blanchett from the Spokesman Review. Mark, a question about managing the game. You had the last 6 minutes of the first half without Kyle on the floor. You committed 20 turnovers. That seems like kind of the recipe for a lead like that to get away. How were you able to maintain it and hold on to it?
I think we kept getting stops. I mean, our first shot defense was off the charts, and about the only way they had success, at least in the first half, was either off turnovers or on second shots. So by and large, we did a really, really nice job. Tommy did a nice job with the scout and you know, made it real tough in our first shot defense. The turnovers were frustrating, but, you know, Seton Hall is the type of team that can really make you look bad at times and silly. And, you know, I think it was a little shock to the system for us, just how physical and how quick-handed they were.
Right here.
Eden Lassie, Gonzaga Bulletin. Coach Silas seemed to provide a pretty big lift for you guys.
Yeah.
How crucial was he to the win?
He's been crucial during this whole run, this whole, you know, our upswing, you know, through February and into March has been because Silas has been playing so well, because Perk has managed the game well, Eric McClellan's played well, Kyle Dranginas has played well. I mean, for Silas to go get 7 boards in a game like that is a huge, huge stat for us and a really, really good sign.
Anything else?
Coach, I was just wondering if maybe you felt any validation for your conference today by winning your first game and upsetting a higher seeded team.
I mean, I just always focus on us. I don't think we think in too broad a strokes like that. We came here to win a little 4-team tournament. We got step 1. You know, out of the way. We showed some real fight and some toughness and some grit, and now we got to get ready, rest up, and see if we can take step 2 on Saturday.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, Coach.
See you tomorrow.